But I made me a vow to the moon and stars I'd search.
Hi, I'm Rudolph Scott Douglas Owens, also known as Rudy Owens. I am a proud Detroit native. I'm also an adult adoptee. Right now I am preparing this video, sending it out to the Michigan media, the people of Michigan, anyone else who really cares about equal rights and civil rights and adoptee rights, to ask for your help. I need some sort of, basically some pressure on the state of Michigan to do the right thing. I've asked the state of Michigan to give me what is mine, which is my original birth certificate. The state of Michigan is not doing that, and they haven't done that for more than 26 years. Now, let me tell you why this is stupid. In 1989, I found my birth family. I met both sides of the family. I've known them for more than a quarter of a century. I also have all of my original documents from my adoption. So I know my original birth name, which is Scott Douglas Owens. And voila, a nice sheet of paper with my medical history saying Scott Douglas Owens. That's my birth name. I was adopted and got one of these things, which is the amended birth certificate. This isn't my original birth name. It has Martin Rudolph Brueggemann, which was the name given to me by my adopted family. I changed my name in 2009, mixing both names, and I got one of these, State of Michigan Certificate of Live Birth, which has my new name on it at the bottom. They really didn't like to do that, but I've actually legally changed my name, so now I'm Rudolph Scott Douglas Owens. Anyway, I have made a formal request, which I submitted to the State of Michigan Director Nick Lyon of the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services to give me my original birth certificate. There is no legal reason or no rational reason or even compelling, compassionate reason for the state of Michigan to basically hold on to this piece of paper in a file. I believe it's locked somewhere in some warehouse in Lansing. I've asked for it, and they have to date not given it to me. And they will only do that if folks like you out there actually basically point out that this is not only wrong, it is likely, in my opinion, not legal, but it is immoral. On a daily basis around this country, millions of adoptees are discriminated against daily because of who they are, which is adopted. They didn't get a choice in the matter, but they were born that way. Most states in this country, 2/3 of them, have records, systems, laws that openly discriminate against adoptees, denying them what is theirs, which is their original identity documents. This is a stupid idea. All of the evidence out there from all the research shows that people want to know who they are. Birth families have no problem being contacted by adoptees. Adopted families are amenable to this. Adoptees, more than anybody else in the world, just want to know one thing, the most common question that anyone will ask in their life: who am I? Here's another thing to consider. This is, as I've noted, openly discriminatory against adoptees. There's a great book on this. I highly recommend you read it. It's called Family Matters by Wayne E. Karp. He basically shows how adoptees had rights to all of their records starting until about World War II, and then states began to close it down to promote the adoption industrial complex. Anyway, here's another way to consider this. The U.S. Constitution has a nice little clause in it. It's called the 14th Amendment. Now, I will read that to you. It states, the 14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution: no state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. Sounds like there's a violation of the 14th Amendment here. There is also something, that little quaint document called the Universal Declaration of Human Rights by the United Nations, which states very simply, Article 7, all are equal before the law. Well, guess what? There we go. Guess what? I'm an adoptee and I'm not equal before the law, and Michigan doesn't want to help me. So hopefully what some of you may wish to do is start asking, why is the state of Michigan denying a birth certificate to a guy who already has met his birth family, who already has all the documents that states who he is, and somehow they feel, well, because you were born between May 28, 1945 and September 12, 1980, which is the law, you can't get your birth certificate. That's right, that's the law. So if you think that this is basically an example of state abusing its power, not showing any compassion, and certainly not showing leadership, maybe you might want to write an article, maybe you might want to do a story, maybe you think this is a good thing to say, I think we might be able to do better here in Michigan and here in the United States. One other thing you can consider, the United Kingdom is a country where every single adult adoptee over the age of 18 has access to all their records. The United States is light years behind the rest of the world in terms of how it manages records and privacy. This is archaic. This does a lot of damage. Anyway, I could go on and on, and I won't. All I really want is my birth certificate. This Detroit native from the state of Michigan just wants something that everyone else in Michigan has who isn't an adoptee, the right to know who he is and the documents that show it. Thanks for your help. Oh, one more thing. I want to give a shout out to Governor Schneider's press team, Laurie, Ari, and Anna. You've gotten my documents too. You've forwarded them to the vital statistics folks. I've gotten the call from them and I'll keep you up to date. So hang in there. I know you're working on this too, and you're going to help me do the right thing too. Thanks again, folks. Have a great day.
And it's that name that helped to make you strong. Yeah.